Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone and welcome to another very exciting tutorial. Today we're gonna just go and proceed with our project, but first I want to thank you guys for viewing my videos and for your warm welcome. And about the match 3 game, I think I'm gonna add a bunch of tutorials, but not right now. First I want to finish this project, and that's it. So let's just go and see where we are. Well, as you remember, we had the bouncer and we created the walls and everything is fine. Now the thing is, I want the wall to disappear once I collide with it and a new wall to appear. So this is exactly what we're gonna do in this tutorial. So let me just go and check to see what is the code. Okay, we are running seawall here, and the seawall. Good. So what we're gonna do is we are going to use this two lists to create a new walls. We have this script create wall, but we are going to add a new script and call it script. I think we'll call it script new wall, NW. So within here, I'm not going to put any variables in here. Instead, I'm going to use the arguments. So for those who don't know what does it mean to use arguments, basically, I'll give you a very useful example. For instance, if we use draw text, okay, this is actually a script, okay, and it has 3 arguments. The first argument is x, okay, the next one is y, the third one is the string itself. So these 3 arguments are given by you, okay, but the Gamemaker developers didn't write this script like this. They will write a script and put arguments. So they put here argument 0, here argument 1, here argument 2. Then you give the script the values of these variables. Okay, so we are going to do exactly the same thing here. We are going to write a script that demands some values, some variables. So let's just go and say, I said we will use the list itself. So the first thing we want to do is to shuffle the list. So we want to have a random positions for each wall. So we'll say ds list shuffle. Okay, and we want to give the ID of the list. So we'll say argument 0. Now this is the first argument. Next, we'll use a for statement. So we'll say for I equals 0. Okay, but we don't know how many walls we have. Now we are creating walls. For example, in our case, if you remember in this script create wall, we used 6 walls. So we are just going to say I is less than argument 1, and we will give the value 6 inside this script when we want to execute it, and later we will say I++. That's it. Next we are going to write a script. So we are going to create the wall. So we'll say obviously instance, not capital, and why is it capital? Instance create, and we want to give the x position. So we'll say argument 0, and not 0, sorry, 2, because we used 0 and we used 1. Now we need argument 2. Next is the y position. We also don't know the y position, so we will say argument 3. And now the thing is, I'm creating the wall at different height positions, so I need to put them at different height positions. As you remember, we used the I into our advantage, to our favor, and we multiplied the I value with the height of the object. So we are just going to do the same thing here, I times the height of the object, which we don't know also, so we use an argument, and it will be argument 4, and we close that. Now we need the object itself, and we don't know that too, because we are going to extract it from the ds list. So we say ds list find value. Okay, and we are going to tell the index of the list, which is argument 0. As you remember, we are using the same list, so we don't need to have a new argument, so it will be just the same argument 0, and I, which is a value here, which is increasing. Oh, this is our capital letter. It should be all in small letters. Okay, now everything should be fine. Plus here, argument 3 plus this value. Great. Now if we come to the level optimizer, in here I'm going to use 2 alarms to trigger this script, obviously. So we'll just go and create 2 alarms. In the alarm 0, I'm going to write left as a comment, and here we basically will just run the script. So we'll say script script new wall, and here we are going to put the arguments. Now if we come back to the script itself, we will see that the first argument is the list name, so we'll say left because we are creating the left side, and next one is how many walls we need, which we need 6 walls. The next argument is the X position, and as you remember, we are creating it on the left side, but here I want to make it 4 pixels further. Now why 4 pixels and why further? Well, because if you remember, if you open the object wall, we stated that the horizontal position is 4, so I want just to put them 4 pixels further to have one additional frame for free. Now what does this mean? It means that when the wall disappears, there will be one frame where there would be nothing between the disappearing and the reappearing wall. Now that might sound like nonsense or very confusing, but you will I don't even think that you will notice that, but it will be there. Anyways, the next thing we said the X position, which I will use -4, not 0, and the Y position, if we come back here, we used 96, so we just put that, not 96. The next one is the object itself. I think let me just check the, oh no, it's the height of the object. So the height of the object is 192. So I say 192. That's it. That was very easy. Okay, we go to alarm 1, and here we're going to create the right side, and basically we're running the same script, but here we're using the right list. Okay, and the same amount of walls. The X position would change, obviously. It will be 540, but since we are pushing it 4 pixels, we use 544. And the Y position and the size is basically the same. Okay, that's great. Okay, now we need to to trigger these alarms. How to do that is we come to cwall, the script cwall, which is being executed once we collide with the wall. That's a perfect timing. Now we come here. You remember we checked here if the ball is at the right or at the left. Now that will work in our favor. So we will just come here. Now since this is the right side, you remember 1 means right because we stated here that 1 is right. So we are going to trigger the alarm for the right side, which is alarm 1. You remember, yeah, 1 is the right and 0 is the left. So say with level optimizer alarm 1 equals how many? You remember we used 9 frames. Here I'm going to use 10 frames. Why? Because we added that one extra 4 pixels. So say 10 and we close that. That's great. We are just going to copy that and put it on the left side, and we're just going to change the alarm to 0 because it's the left side. Okay, and now let's just run that and see what happens. Okay, we have the walls. Now if I collide with this, you see, amazing, a new wall appears and it's totally random. Isn't that great? I mean, I like it. I like how this thing is very dynamic. And you see sometimes 1 wall appears, sometimes 2 appear. Why? It's because basically we have an extra wall down here which is randomly depositioned. Well, that's great. That's amazing. I think that's it for this tutorial. In the next one, I don't even know what we're gonna do, but then I'll decide. Now, I would like to thank you again. I don't know how many times I should thank you. I feel that it's not enough. But thank you guys, really thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Please like it if you like the tutorial. And please subscribe if you didn't subscribe yet. And you guys have a great day.